Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike Larkin. One half of the Steve and Mike Show, www.steveandmikeshow.com, is up and running, where you can hear such shows as On the Mic with Mike. This is another edition of On the Mic with Mike, and I'm pleased to have on the beautiful, the model, Miss Bella Inc. Bella, it's a pleasure to have you on the show. Happy New Year.
Yes, it is. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Happy New Year. Hope everybody's doing wonderful and they're going to have great New Year's plans for 2019.
Well, I gotta tell you something. 2019 already, starting off with a bang. I'm starting off with my first interview with the lovely Miss Bella Inc. So I'm gonna tell you right now, you're starting off my new year well, and it's a pleasure to have you on.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate to be on your guys' show.
Ah, you're
This is amazing.
you're very welcome. I think what's great about podcasting and the overall platform, I mean, the overall voice and just having, a place to tell your story, which we're going to do here because you got a great story. You're a beautiful human being. So I guess let's start from the beginning here, Bella. First and foremost, just talk about how you got into the whole modeling field.
The whole modeling thing, let's see. It's kind of funny. I kind of just got stumbled into it because, let's see, I was about 16 years old and I had a girlfriend that I went to high school with, and she wanted to do promo modeling at McCormick Place in Chicago, Illinois. And I was like, sure, why not? I'll pass out some papers. I'll wear some heels. I was more of a tomboy growing up. But I was like, I'll throw on some heels. I'll put on some nice kind of revealing clothes and, let's try it out. So I did that and I liked it. And then eventually I just started doing more modeling gigs, and now I'm where I'm at right now.
And I think that's what's great about it too. Is I think with modeling, like I'm a '90s kid, so I grew up with the likes of looking at your Naomi Campbell's, your Tyra Bankses, and just the whole modeling scene. And making a pop culture reference here. Look at Tyra Banks for what she's done for America's
Right.
Next Top Model. But I got to tell you right now, women have such a closeness to my heart because I got to tell you something right now, Bella. Women come in all different shapes and sizes. You look at modeling, you look at what plus size modeling has done for the likes of Ashley Graham, you look at the likes of Nia Jax, who's in the WWE right now. Women come, like I mentioned, different shapes and sizes. They're beautiful, just all in all. And I think with me, I was raised by two great women, my mother and my grandmother, God rest her soul. And they really have made me who I am today. So I think women and just the overall modeling aspect, just the overall art form and beauty of it, really sticks with me.
I agree with you 100%.
And I think that's really just like how you have to be with it, because I look at what you're
Yes.
doing with modeling. I can tell you're very comfortable with your skin, and you provide and you inspire a lot of young women out there.
I mean, you have to be honest with you. I mean, it takes some guts to go out and do modeling in front of people, and people body shaming. I mean, even me, I think that I'm a pretty girl, but everybody has their likes, everybody has their dislikes, and I understand that everybody's not going to please everybody. But at the end of the day, I hope that maybe people will stop body shaming and people will just like, what, it is what it is, just deal with it.
And I think what also comes down to, we got to be united, not divided. I think is the common thing behind that too, because we got to be united
Yeah.
with this people. Just it's just enough of the negativity and foolishness, no drama. So I think also to add to that, I will say now, Bella Ink Clips. Talk about how this, because there's a lot of stuff with Bella Ink Clips. Talk about how you got your own clips thing going. I mean, I've seen a lot of your stuff where you're mummified. There's a lot of submissive and dominatrix type of action here. Can you tell us how that all came to fruition?
Oh man, to be honest with you, I really didn't know because I was in the medical field first before I first dibble dabbled in the modeling, but that was not fetish. That was just regular glamour models.
Okay.
And then I was in the health field, and then I transitioned into doing some fetish work, but I didn't know it was fetish work at the time. And then I started getting booked for more gigs, and then I started finding out what fetish was and what it does, and then I started getting fans all over the place, and then I was like, wow, this is actually pretty fun. And then I just started doing a bunch of different fetish, and now I built my name, and I have fans all overseas, and I do a lot of wrestling now, and I never would have thought I'd been doing wrestling. So it's amazing where I'm at right now.
I think that's really wonderful because you said a key word right there, fun. If you're not having fun with what you're doing,
Yeah.
then why do it? You know what I'm saying? And you have a lot of fun with this, and I'm going to say this right now as a fellow man, and I will say this. Well, sometimes we just need a good beat, you know what I'm saying? So I see you doing your thing. It happens. I can say
Right.
that. But and I think what's great is you're also. I think what's great about modeling. You look at Sports Illustrated and you look at all these modelings, whether it be fetish or modeling, just overall art forms. I'll leave it at that. I mean, you're every man's. You're like every man's desire. Every man's. Some men have different kind of fantasies, and we're all genetically different and uniquely made up. So I mean, it appeals to everybody.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes the overall aspect of what you do great. And you work with a lot of beautiful women as well, like your Rachel Adamses, your Ravens. I mean, talk about working with these ladies.
There's a lot of hot ladies. And you know what? The simple fact that I don't like is that I have to fight some of these girls.
That's true.
I don't want to fight some of these girls. I mean, some of these girls I actually really, really like. Like, I am bisexual. I do cater to the girls as well. But man, yeah, there's some of these girls are very, very strong. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm a small girl too, and I can be very, very strong. And man, the beauty shows, their attitudes. I really haven't ran across too many bad apples. I mean, maybe there's been one or two, but other than that, there's been beauty and strength, and I love all the girls that I work with currently.
I think that's what's awesome about it too, because you look at the wrestling part of it, man. Professional wrestling, I've been a fan since I was a kid. I think just to see the evolution of what professional wrestling has become in the 80s, the 90s, the 2000s, and what we have today. I mean, you look at what we have with like the girls nowadays. I got to ask you first and foremost, and we'll talk a little wrestling here, but I got to ask you about the overall MMA pro wrestling tie-in, because you look at people like Ronda Rousey, your Shayna Baszler's, you look at even back in the day from Ken Shamrock, your Tank Abbott's, your Brock Lesnar, CM Punk even dwelled in the mixed martial arts. So I got to ask you, what do you think about the overall MMA wrestling tie-in that we see today?
I like it. I like that women can have a power in it now. I kind of actually like watching the girls than watching the guys anyway, to be honest with you. But with the MMA, I really, I enjoy it. I like that they have the same rights as guys right now. They can go in the ring, they can dominate another girl, beat the shit out of them, and win. And just, show who's stronger at the end of the day. But then at the end of the day, you do have that truce between one another. Some of the fighters, they do still have bad blood. But at the end of the day, it's like, hey, we're in here. We're both going to either win or we're going to lose. And if we lose, then, hey, let's do a rematch.
And I think that's what's really great about it. And I have to ask you, women's wrestlers right now, who you into? Who you digging?
Wrestlers like WWE.
Just general wrestlers in general. WWE applies as well, but yes, wrestling in general.
Let's see. Well, I did really like Paige, but Paige is not really. She's GM now.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. I do like Nia Jackson, Ronda Rousey. Let's see. Those are probably like my main ones right now. I do like the Bella twins. I mean, they do got the Bellas. I have Bella Inc. in mine, so I do like that. They're both two sassy, pretty sexy girls.
Yes.
But yeah, I get into watching Total Divas and watching all their little antics and what's going on and everything in their daily lives.
I hear you.
Like Natty and all them too as well.
Now, I got to tell you right now, I mean, Total Bellas is coming back January 13th. I'm sure it's going to be a very interesting and new season coming up and new episodes coming up with that. I mean, look at Maurice now. You got Miz and Maurice doing their show on USA. I think it's great, like I mentioned, to see, like, okay, like I remember 2006 when they first came out with the Marine, and WWE like really started getting into like their films that they have, and we've seen like how many Marines now and everybody acting. But I think it's just great to see the evolution from that standpoint. Like you mentioned, reality television, because look at the boom that reality television is. I mean, I'm watching MTV. It's music television, but all you see really on MTV now is like your Catfishes, your Teen Moms, or what. So just the automatic boom of reality television.
Oh yeah, it's changing.
It is. And I got to tell you this right now. Now, you mentioned your ink, and I got to tell you something. As a fellow tattooed man himself, I think that I dig the art form because I'm a big tattoo guy myself. I love, like,
Thank you.
you're welcome. You see so many shows like, your Ink Masters, your Tattoo Nightmares, or just in general with tattoos, I think it really expresses yourself. And I got to tell you, I got one on my arm that's a dedication to my grandfather. My grandfather passed away when I was 9 years old, so I have him on my arm, God rest his soul. And on my other arm, I got Sanctified, just because I think it has to do with my faith and just overall being blessed in crosses. So, I mean, I was always into that stuff. So anybody that has a tattoo, you got it in my book, because I think just it's an expression of art, and I dig what you're doing on that front.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that.
You're very welcome. So now I got to ask you, I know tattoos can also be very addicting. So is there a point where you stop, or you're just going to keep going on until you because your body is, your canvas, and your body is an art. So is there ever going to be a point where you say to yourself, I'm going to stop, because, the overall addiction of tattooing as well?
Well, I never got addicted to it. I just like it, and per se, I grew up from parents that my dad was a singer of a rock band, tattoos. My mother had tattoos as well. So I kind of like the tattoo idea. I kind of like more so girls with tattoos anyways on my side. That's what I'm more attracted to. On top of it, like with the tattoos, I want to get more.
Okay.
Not a lot more. Like I'd like to get a sleeve or something, maybe touch up a couple other ones, but that's about it. But right now, the ones that I already have are kind of causing an issue with like my modeling and gigs like that. So I kind of have a hold on it right now. So I'm kind of focusing on what I'm going to do and where I'm going to transition myself. And if I can just go ahead and get a tattoo and it's not going to bother my job anymore, then that's when I'm going to probably get another tattoo.
Very understandable. I'm going to tell you, the ones that you got right now are very beautiful and accentuate you as a whole.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Now, we'll go back to the wrestling for 1 second here, because I got to ask you, because growing up as a kid in the 90s and just the overall, the early 2000s, the Attitude Era really was a big crux of what made professional wrestling as it was in the 90s. And then you see the women being exuded and accentuated at that time. You had the likes of Sables, your Jacquelines, your Ivories, and then, you move into the mid-2000s with your Tori Wilsons, your Stacy Keeblers, your Dawn Maries, your Molly Hollies, your Lita, your Trish Stratuses. The list goes on and on. So many great and beautiful talent. I got to ask you, what do you think about the overall focus really now on more the professional wrestling side of things? Because back in the day, you had your bra and panties matches and your pillow fights, etc., which, again, as a young preteen male, it was a sight to see, I'll tell you that. But I gotta ask you, like, going forward, again, with the Evolution overall change, and since WWE just did have Evolution, a little pun intended there, but I gotta ask you, what do you think about them focusing more on the women who, the more professional wrestling standpoint side of things, and just showing that, yes, these girls are beautiful, but they can work all in all?
I like it. Either or. All women are beautiful, either way they present themselves.
I like your style. I do. And you know what it is, too? Like, my grandfather, again, God rest his soul, like, he was a big boxing fan. And I remember, I'll be honest with you, 1997, I remember seeing Mike Tyson. And when you're a 5-year-old kid and you see a man get his ear bit off, like a hand of Evander Holyfield do, oh my goodness gracious. But, you have the likes of your Muhammad Ali's and look at his daughter, what she did for boxing, Layla Ali. So it encompasses really a lot what the female athletes have done, not just, again, accentuating the beauty, but their overall strength and their overall dominance as a women and as athletes.
Right. Exactly.
Now, speaking of overall dominance and beauty and overall strength and dominance and with the athletes, we got to talk about a little something called Lingerie Fighting Championship, LFC. Now, okay, if you guys go on Contestants, you get to see the lovely Miss Bella Ink here. You have a background yourself. You talk about MMA, you got wrestling, jiu-jitsu. Personally, you're talking about 3 things that are art forms and things that just kick ass. And I mean, I'll use a pop culture reference here. I remember when I was a kid and I saw Enough with Jennifer Lopez. Now, Jennifer Lopez, she was in an abusive relationship. Yes.
I watched it like 20 million times.
Yes. All right, so you know where I'm going with this. Now,
I know.
That movie was so badass. Because, like I said, you're in an abusive relationship. She's taken up fighting, and at the end, rightfully so, she gets her revenge. Now, I got to ask you, this has got to be a perfect fit for you because it's 3 things that, that you're big into: MMA, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu. And that's what's great about Lingerie Fighting Championship. We mentioned and incorporate and reiterate on the beauty, strength, and dominance portion of it. But, man, these girls, there's so many different backgrounds, so many different elements. It's very exciting.
Yeah. We all have different everybody should have a different background and have a different story. We all have different lives, and they're all beautiful one way or another.
And I got to tell you this first and foremost as well. Like, as a kid growing up, which we're talking about two key elements of LFC and just in general with sports. I mean, you look at the mixed martial arts and professional wrestling scene. Like, when I was a kid, I'll be honest, folks, I'm a huge pro wrestling fan. A lot of my listeners know this, and I've respected and enjoyed MMA as well. I'd watch both. You know, I'm just enjoying the overall crafts of it. But there was always that debate that you go, oh, this is the MMA stuff, this is the real stuff, and as they would use with the professional wrestling, be the F word, the fake, which I'm like, I don't know about all that. I know it's predetermined, but I mean, there's a lot of guys and gals that go out there, sacrifice, and, you know, put their bodies on the line and are away from their families. So I don't even know if that really debate holds up anymore, because like we mentioned, the MMA pro wrestling tie-in. I mean, does that really debate still hold up between MMA and pro wrestling, respectively?
I wouldn't think so.
Okay. I just had to bring that up because, like I said, like, you grow up with all these elements of that, and people are going to say what they will, and people are entitled to their opinions, but it's just like, come on, people. Appreciate it for what it is. Just appreciate and participate. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Appreciate, participate. I like that.
Thank you. Thank you. Like I said, I think it's key, though. And I mean, I think I just came off with that off the top of my head, but if it rhymes, can you really go wrong with it?
Hell no, you can't.
Well, I got to tell you first and foremost as well, I hope to see you with LFC and just overall and just keep kicking and keep striving in 2019, Bella. You got my support for life. Really do.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask you, before we do close out, I got a couple final questions I'd like to ask, and I'm going to tell you right now, anytime you want to come back on this show, you're more than welcome.
Awesome. Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
It's my pleasure. Please, you've been great. So I just have to say to you, any advice to any guy, or gal, and you're in this case, any gal that wants to pursue a career in modeling, or just anybody who's listening to this that wants to either, you know, go in modeling, fetish modeling, professional wrestling, MMA, or want to dwell in whatever art form, what advice would you give them?
First time comers, please do your research. That's all I can say. Please do your research before you do anything, and try to get into any talent scouts or anything like that. I mean, to be honest with you, I did everything myself. I had no help. I toured the country for the past 6 years. I've been touring through 33 plus states. My bookings just keep getting bigger and bigger, and I have nobody helping me. I do it all myself. And if you can believe in yourself, you can do it, and don't let anybody else take your money from you, because there's a lot of scammers out there. Unfortunately, I got scammed in the beginning, so it's just make sure you just watch out and just double check stuff. And if you're going to go with photo shoots, new time people, always make sure to get references. I can't stress that enough. There's too many crazy people in the world nowadays, and people need to watch for one another, because people are getting hurt in sessions or in photo shoots. So we just want to make sure that nothing happens, because at the end of the day, if that were to keep on happening, then the modeling and the photography, that's going to go away, because nobody's going to want to model for photographers. So just make sure you just get references, please. Check into things. It's really, really easy to get into modeling or wrestling. I mean, I came from not knowing wrestling at all to knowing pro style wrestling already in like 5 years. So if you want to do it, you can do it. Just put your head to it. And I think that's all I got to say about that.
And you said it beautifully, Miss Bella. You said it beautifully. You're welcome. Now, I think that's what's great about it, because you said it right there. What's great about having professional wrestlers, anybody that's in that wrestling field as well, because I've had a lot of people that have said exactly what you said. Like, because, you know, you'll get the traditional, oh, I've been watching it since I was a kid, which, much respect, and that's something that you want to pursue. But then you have people that didn't really watch it, but then they get into it, and then they learn, and then you see the success that comes with it. So I like your style on that, because, I mean, like I said, you've applied your craft, you've applied to what you're doing in modeling, and you just, like I said, to reiterate, you're going to continue to shine and strive.
I'm going to try as much as I can, and as long as my fans keep supporting me, then I'm going to keep on supporting them.
I think we're on the same wavelength here because the final thing I had to ask you about is traveling because my goodness. Now you look at pro wrestling, I'll equate this into what we're going here because there's so many professional wrestling companies. You look at UK, you got your ICWs, your Progress Wrestlings. You look at Puerto Rico, you look at Mexico, you look at Japan, the Strong Styles, British and Japanese Strong Style respectively, and so many great stylings of professional wrestling. Now, for you, is there anyone that's like a dream spot for you to tour that you have not been to, or any particular state, any particular country? What's your dream travel destination, if you will?
Oh my God. Well, I don't like really traveling in airplanes. So, with that being said, I really haven't traveled a lot. So, the only place I traveled to has been Cancun, Mexico. And I am not going to go to Cancun, Mexico anytime soon. So, if I would go overseas, if I would go, it would be everywhere that I could go, to be honest with you, because I would want to go see everything that I could go see. And I'd like to go fight in everywhere that I could go fight in.
I like that. I like that a lot. But yes, I had to include the Japanese, the UK, and what we see now with the overall hotbeds that equate to professional wrestling in general. But Cancun, Mexico, I got to ask you, what was that like? Because there's Mexico, I mean Cancun. I mean, come on. How was that experience for you, if you don't mind me asking?
Okay, let's see. This was back in 2000. Do I really want to say this? Okay, this is back in 2005,
okay.
My senior year. I just graduated, so I went with a group of kids, and they were kind of on the preppy side. I wasn't really best friends with them, but I talked to them, I hung out with them. But it was fun in Cancun. We had a good time. It's basically the whole mornings I slept, and then at night I went out and clubbed. I mean, we bought this big tour thing, so we had our whole day's itineraried out and everything. So it was fun. It's just, I'm hearing that it's getting bad over there, so I watch for safety. That's all.
Understandable. And I think, I got to tell you, that thing also has to do with the world and stuff too, because I'm going to say this right now. As a kid who graduated in the class of 2010 at his high school, I got to tell you something right now. The news, like I'm a follower of the news, whether it be on TV or however y'all get your news, but I'm so sick and tired of seeing shootings, school shootings, and all these shootings. Has got to stop. It really just has got to stop. So I understand your whole safety and everything, as well as countries as well.
Yeah.
It really does. And it just had to be implemented because it's just, it really is just, it's so sad, and it's just like, why? You know what I'm saying? Why?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I had to, I was on stage at Planet Hollywood because I go dance, and I was there during the October 1st shooting. And I didn't know that people were getting slaughtered a couple casinos away from me. And as I was on stage on the casino floor dancing at my casino, probably at I think it was around 10:20 at night, is right after he got done shooting, a bunch of people were running into the casino with blood on them, saying there was shooters behind them. I had to run for my life that night. It was very, very scary that night. I thought I was going to die that night, to be honest with you. So, yeah, I hope that, one day that all these shootings could go away, because it's scary.
It is. Just everybody just be safe. It's really just be safe, be cautious, I think is the thing to say there. Yeah. All right, now I have to ask this other follow-up because you brought this on. All right, I'm going to tell you right now, you mentioned Planet Hollywood. Coming down here, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Now, I've been coming down here. I'm finally down here. I'm originally from Long Island, New York. I'm finally living down here, and it's absolutely wonderful. The nice weather. I'm away from the snow, so I'm happy, and just that overall shoveling aspect. Just give me some nice weather, and I'm happy. So I digress on that front, but I'll say this. Planet Hollywood was very repped here in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. It was actually right next to a spot which is also out of business. It's called Club Kryptonite. Now, Club Kryptonite is now Legends in Concert. Now, Legends in Concert, for those that don't know, is you get a lot of shows like Elvis Presley and Dolly Parton wannabes, but it's funny because, they're actors and they're singing all Elvis's song and Dolly Parton. It's a fun experience.
Right.
So right next to that was Planet Hollywood. So Planet Hollywood is no longer there. It is now an ale house. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a little angry about that because I love Planet Hollywood. But I digress again. But because you mentioned Planet Hollywood, it made me think of, damn you, Myrtle Beach, man. I love me some Planet Hollywood. Now we got an ale house, which it's still very good. But I'm just like, again, now it's an ale house. So I digress. Talk about being a go dancer as well. Just that overall experience with Planet Hollywood. I got to ask you about that.
Oh, it's It's fun. It's another job. I like it. I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be doing it because we all get old at one point. Um, but I really, really like it. Dancing is like probably my number one hobby, something that I really, really like to do. And it's just something that I never really took on seriously. And then when I finally got older, I got asked to go-go dance, and then I just been go-go dancing since I've been 18, and I like it. I like just freelance dancing. I'm not too hip into the choreography. I like to just do my own thing.
I feel you. So you're not going to be taking like the head back in the days like the Darren dance crews will tell you how to do NSYNC's Ain't No Lie, Baby, Bye Bye Bye, or put on some Jordan Knight, Give It to You. Like, you remember those tapes from back in the day? You have the Darren's dance crews talking about whatever music video, learn your choreography. So you're not up to date with that yet?
Yeah. Yeah, and then you get the Wi-Fi and the Wi-Fi, and then you get to do all that stuff with it. And do your different dance breaks and stuff like that. But I'm not a big choreography person. I mean, I do it with my wrestling and stuff like that, but I don't know. It's harder with dancing. It's easier with wrestling.
Well, girl, I gotta tell you something. Because whatever field that you pursue, whether it be dancing, pro wrestling, and modeling, I can tell right now from speaking to you, you're very professional. You got a good head on your shoulders, and again, just
thank you.
You're welcome. I see you going far, and I truly wish you nothing but the best.
Thank you, Mike. I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. Now, before we do the plugs and stuff, I got to mention this as well. So, all right. So now you're talking about pro wrestling and choreography, and we're talking about all this stuff. You look at how pro wrestling is, and I think it's just what's great about it is like we evolve with men and women, and just all these tie-ins and all these places that are hotbeds for professional wrestling. Could I guess seeing yourself doing professional wrestling? Could see how, I guess, how long do you see yourself going with that until you can't stop? Because I think what the best representation of that is, you look at Mickey Rourke and the wrestler, like he did it till he died. He died in the ring is what the representation. And I'm sorry if it's a spoiler alert for a 10-year-old movie, but this is the example I'm providing, because a lot of people, they stop or they just keep going until they can't go. And what would you say your time frame is with that? Because a lot of people just go until they can't go. Or how many more years you think we're going to see you doing the professional wrestling scene? Because I just want to see you kill it.
I would probably just keep going until I can't go no more, to be honest with you. I really like it. I do. I really, really like it. So until I get old or I break something or something like that, then I probably will continue to keep doing it, because I keep getting, more clients and building my name and booking with more wrestling companies and stuff like that and learning new stuff. So it would be stupid of me to just be like, okay, I'm done in a year, and I'm looking to learn more. That's what and it's self-defense too. At the end of the day, I'm learning stuff, and then if something ever happens to me and I need to use something, that helps out as well.
I think that's the best way to sum it up as well. And I think what's also great about that is too, because you never know, with anything, what your time frame is going to be. But as long as you're living in the moment and you're continuing to exist and expire, to use a Hardy Boys reference here, I think that's the main goal, and I think you're going to continue to do that.
Yeah, yes, definitely.
Alrighty, so before we close out, I got to say this to you. Guys, if you're not checking out Bella Ink, you should, because whether she's fighting, whether she's dominating, you're going to see a whole hell of a lot of her, and she's going to be accentuated in many, many beautiful ways. And Ms. Bella Ink, I got to say thank you again for this. But again, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, I'm going to step back. Promote your events, your social media. The floor is yours, Ms. Bella.
Well, thank you. Yes, if you guys need to check anything out, you can check out my Clips for Sale, and that is clipsforsale.com/store/81441. And that offers all ranges of different type of fetishes. Even wrestling is on there as well. Just a little bit. I just got my mats the other day. I need to order more, but I'm going to slowly start building that. If you have any customs or any ideas or any questions for me, you can email me at Bella Ink, that's INK, Productions with an S, @yahoo.com. I also have Many Vids, which is Bella Ink Productions, and I'm currently waiting for my website to go, and as of right now, that's about it. And you can wait to see me on Lingerie Championship Fighting. So make sure that you guys go and vote for me. Okay, I'm underneath Pretty Bella, so vote for me underneath there. Okay, appreciate it.
Vote for her. That's all I can say. I mean, after that, how can
Yeah,
you
you
not?
guys want to see me live, right?
Yeah, how can you not after that?
Oh,
I'm saying.
I want to whoop a bitch's ass in that octagon. Come on, get me in there.
Well, whether you're dominating or you're just having competitive fights, my goodness, I like your stride. I like your style. All right, I'm just gonna
Thank
say right
you.
now, you're welcome. Whipping some bitches' asses, just ugh. Whether when you're
Hell
which
yeah.
bitches or men's ass, yes, I love it. I love it. All right, so again, before we close out, I'm just gonna say this again. Thank you so much for your time, and Bella, do you have any final words for your fans listening? Any final words for the people?
Just continue to keep supporting me because without your support, I won't no longer be there. So just keep doing it, and I'll be the strongest wrestler model that I can be for you guys.
All right, and I'm going to say this. I mentioned a couple pop culture references in this, but I'm going to say one final one because you're talking about being everywhere. You're channeling your inner Michelle Branch there. I see you, Bella. You want to go everywhere. You just put her everywhere.
Yeah.
Just I want to see you everywhere. So, Bella,
Yeah.
Bella, thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Have a great night, and folks, thank you all for listening.
Thank you, Mike. Take care, fans. Bye.
And a 1.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mike Larkin, one half of the Stephen Mike Show. www.stephenmikeshow.com is up and running, where you can hear such shows as you're about to hear today. This is another edition of On the Mic with Mike in round 2. I'm so happy to have her on. She's finally made her LFC debut. Had great bouts with Jolene the Valkyrie Hex, Genevieve Hex, Agatha Cannibal Carter twice. And we're going to have a lot of fun with this because Bella Inc., well, first and foremost, welcome back to the show, and I'm so happy that you're now a part of LFC.
Yes, thank you, Mike. I appreciate you having me on the show again.
Bella, all right. The last time I had you on, you were so excited. You were waiting. You were scratching your claw, and you wanted to get an LFC. And I'm going to say this right now. Your first bout, LFC 26, Jolene the Valkyrie Hex, you made a hell of a debut.
I had to, man. I mean, they brought me in as semi-main event. And, I mean, I was trying to go after that title. I really wanted that damn belt from her, to be honest with you. Unfortunately, she's got her ways. She's pretty strong, too, and she got me to tap, unfortunately. But, hey, I'm always ready for a rematch.
Well, I gotta say this, between the two of you, first and foremost, you came out just friggin' pow, just those punches, fury. I personally, I wasn't expecting just to go boom right after, but you did. You both killed it, and I think I can't wait to see you two go at it. But unfortunately, on the back burner of that, we now have Jolene the Valkyrie Hex. I know I'm jumping around here, but Jolene and Holly the Lotus May, the former, now interim LFC president, if you want to say, because she's stepping down to go against Jolene. What do you think about that interaction that we just had not too long ago?
Oh man, yeah. I've been paying attention to that because it seems like the past couple fights they've been having their issues with each other. So I would definitely love to see them fight because I've never seen Holly fight yet. So it will be a definitely match to see. If I'm not in town, then I'm definitely going to live stream it so I can make sure to watch it.
Right. Well, here's the thing. Well, that's the thing that's also a treat because I'm actually glad that you brought that up. This actually segues. For those that have not seen Holly the Lotus May, go get in there. You're in for a treat because she has taken on the inaugural LFC champion, the former champ, Feather the Hammer Haddon, who had to retire due to injury. She put up a hell of a fight in that bout. So, and she's beaten Audrey the Mongoose Monique. I mean, there's so many people that she's had great bouts with, and I think we're in for a treat with her and Jolene because Jolene, she's had her thing with Holly. She has her thing with Monica now. The Andrea the Storm Vladoy beef that's going to be going on till the test of time. Andrea, who's now the LFC champion. So there's a lot of factors that go in with Miss Jolene, and you now too. I mean, you want that European title.
Oh yeah, I want one of those titles, either her or Andrea's. I'm coming for one of them. Best believe.
Now, first and foremost, now LFC 28, we saw. Well, we're going to talk about your bout too. I know, like I said, I'm jumping around, but Shay the Fox Mazzato, Shay the Fox Mazzato, Monica Flowerbomb Garcia. What about that was the back elbow, Monica's nose, mouth busted open, kicking Shay out of the ring. That was a hell of a bout, and Shay finally got the title. Unfortunately, it lasted for a day, but still, it was great to see that bout between Shay and Monica.
Yeah, you know what? Shay was actually amazing. It was my first time actually meeting her at that bout on 4th of July, and I really, to be honest with you, I didn't know who was going to win. I got scared for Shay when Monica threw her over the ring, and she fell on the concrete. And then there was blood at the end, and I was just like, wow, this is getting really, really intense. It sucks that she only held her belt for one day, but hey, I'm sure she'll come back for a return and maybe get that belt back again.
Of course, and I mean, there's a lot of leeway with her and Monica again because they have to have their rubber match. They're both 1-1 against each other. Andrea, I know, is sure to take on all comers. I personally would like to see her and Jolene in a unification with the European and the LFC titles. I'd like to see. There's a lot of fresh bouts and a lot of fresh matches, and we have, besides yourself, Ms. Bella Inc., we have a lot of new people coming in, like Gypsy just came in, Gypsy Top Shelf Bay, Jessabella, Fire Queen Marie. We had Katie Forbes, the girlfriend of Rob Van Dam. Chloe Hertz on Wow Women of Wrestling came in and main evented against Sheila Crash Cardinal. We have returns. First of all, you had a return bout with LFC 27 because Genevieve Hex, who was taking on the likes of Cali Cat and Feather Hatton, came back. Now, I know, again, jumping around, LFC 27, Sexy and Nerdy Inkton Curry, right up your alley, Miss Bella Inc. Talk about working with Genevieve, because you two killed it.
Oh, thank you. On that fight, I wish I could have did more because she was a smaller girl, but unfortunately I was dealing with a muscle sprain in my back. So that really took a lot out of me in that fight, but I was able to come back and get that win. So it was really good. But unfortunately, if my back wasn't hurting, I would have been throwing her up in the air because she was the shorter girl. Now, the girls I've been fighting have been bigger than me, and I was not dealing with muscle sprain at those times. So it's like, damn it, I'm hoping next time I get a smaller girl so I can whip her around the ring with no issues.
Well, first and foremost, I got to say, how you feeling since the muscle sprain? How you feeling, Bella?
I'm feeling better. Unfortunately I lost on July 4th, but I got my win back on July 5th. And I'm currently on my tour right now. I've been through multiple states. I'm continuing to be on tour probably until October. And I've been doing wrestling about almost every other day, and it doesn't look like I'm dealing with any problems.
I have to say this, whether it be, and I give Jennifer Thomas, a.k.a. Jenny Bloody Valentine, a lot of credit with Session Wrestling and LFC, and I give this a lot of credit to you because I was telling you this, and I'll tell you this right now, Miss Bellink. You're a hot commodity. You're doing something right. You're on tour. You're doing what you do. You're a consummate professional, and that just tests you and your overall character right there.
Thank you. I try as much as I can.
Well, I gotta say, you deliver in all aspects. We talked about this last time, I think, with what you do and how you train, whether you're boxing, whether your style, whether your moves, your choking, your kicks, your strikes, your punches. I gotta say, you have become probably, besides Tomiko, and we're gonna get to Tomiko in a second, you two have probably become some of the fastest rising stars in LFC. I mean, Tomiko, you both did your thing. Well, I truly mean that because look at the timeline here that we have. LFC 26, y'all are making your debuts. Tomiko and Shelly did their thing, and what happened with Leon. With first and foremost, the restraining order was absolutely amazing just to watch that. But I mean, it was. But and then you're coming from Jolene to Genevieve to where we're gonna talk about now. Two great matchups, but then we get to the double header. That is you and Agatha Cannibal Carter. And here's a little tidbit: you two just missed each other just by a smidge because Agatha made her debut at LFC 25 and a loss to Tasia Thrasher Lochran, and then here you come around LFC 26. So you two just missed each other, but here we are. The two bouts, LFC 28 and 29. So there we are.
Yeah. I've been waiting to fight some new girls, and I'm glad they brought me to fight her because she was a good fighter. I really enjoyed fighting her, and I would love to fight with her again.
I think with you two, first and foremost, you got your win back. And first of all, both times, second round, you both were kicking each other's butts in the first, went to the second round, choking, leg submissions. Both, first and foremost, I got to say this. All right. The conclusion with the first bout, because you two were just kicking the living, I'm going to say it, you were kicking the living shit out of each other, and it was a joy to see because you two put the physicality and you both put the work in both encounters. But with Agatha getting the win and saying, I even did it with my tits out, and she bit you. Now, as you know, on my show, she did say that she has no recollection, Bella, of biting you because she did bite you in that. I saw it. I saw it clear as day. So can you talk about that first bout?
Yeah, with the first bout, I thought for sure maybe she would have had some pasties or something on underneath her, just like I did. But and I really wasn't expecting her tits to come out at all during the fight because she looked like she was wearing some presentable gear versus what I was wearing. But unfortunately, we started fighting. We gave her all. We did what we could to see who was going to win on that fight. And I guess maybe that was her tactic, was to try to bite me because that's the only thing that she could do to try to get a win out of me. I don't know, but I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, okay. Well, here's the thing that's funny that also parallels both Shelly Aphrodite Da Silva and Miss Agatha Cannibal Carter. Number one, Shelly, back in the day, went for Audrey Mongoose Monique's eye and bit like right by her eye in an encounter back
What?
Yes, there's footage of it. I have to send it to you. There's footage. There's old school footage of that.
Yeah,
Yes.
I gotta see that.
Okay. And then you get yourself bit, like you said, it felt like a mosquito bite. She, in her cannibalistic ways, going for you on your side there, like, I mean, just, there's a lot of biting and just everybody, you know what it is too? It's like that any means necessary type of approach to you. So, I mean, she felt she needed what she had to do. She was channeling her inner Mikey Tyson, but Mikey Tyson did the ear and she did your side. So, I mean, I guess, I think her defense was we're all animals. We're in this world. We're all, we all have to feed. We have to feast, if you will. So she was getting a little feast on you there, Bella. Take a little chunk. Take a little bite out of life, if you will.
I'm sure she loved it.
Well, I got to say this, too. There's more to come between you two, and I want to see the rubber match because, again, you both are 1-1 against each other. I look forward to seeing that rubber match.
Yes, definitely. She's a beautiful girl, so I definitely want to fight her again, for sure.
Well,
for sure.
I also did notice you also got a little jowl jack in there with a certain coach there on the pink team, Miss Allie Baby Doll Parks. Now, we haven't seen Allie Baby Doll Parks since LFC...
Yeah,
and we haven't seen her since LFC 26 when she took on Monica Flower Bomb Garcia main event, winning the booty camp chain. There's another bout I want to see you and Allie go at it.
Yeah. She was talking a lot of shit at my last fight. So that's what basically prompted me to go up and start doing what I did to her at the end of our fight because I got tired of it. And I'm like, okay, you want to try me? Let's do this. Thankfully, they had the referees and the people in the ring, so they were able to break us up. But I would definitely like to take Allie Parker on, for sure. For sure. It will happen one of these days.
Well, I look forward to it happening. And first and foremost, I like I mentioned before, I'd love to see you and Tomiko go at it. Like I said, you two around the same time period, so that makes for an interesting exchange.
Definitely Tomiko, for sure. She's awesome. She's up there. I mean, every bout she's had so far, poor girl has been fighting almost 3 rounds fully, and it's like, damn. Like, come on, let's knock these bitches out in first round. Let's do this. So with her, I would definitely like to take her on for sure. She looks like she knows the moves, and I'm definitely down with girls that definitely want to give me a fight back because that's what I like.
Well, she'll take you to Airplane Spin City is what she's doing. I've seen those airplanes.
Yeah, I know. Just as long as you don't drop me and break my back, then I'm good.
All right. I got to say this about you, and like I said, this is why I love you. Just because I think you, Monica Flowerbomb Garcia, and pretty much almost every LFC girl is just ready for the next challenge. Because there really is a lot of interesting matchups that a lot of people want to see. I'll give you another one. Another return not too long ago. Lauren the Animal Fogel. I think you and her would have a great bout. Lauren and Jesse did their thing.
Yes. Yes, definitely. All the girls that are on the team right now, I would definitely love to fight the ones that I haven't fought yet. Because we all fight different. We all have different tactics. So, once you fight with other people, you get to learn their tactics, or you get to learn new things as well. So that's why I like to traffic and fight other people, including guys as well. It only helps me in the end, right?
Exactly. And I think I've noticed that obviously with your session work, with your LFC work. I got to tell you something. You also are kind of like a jack of all trades, and I mean that with the utmost respect, because whether it be like boxing, you add a lot to your repertoire, and it really does show. I think you're probably one of the most serious and probably one of the most deadly people that I know when it tends to combative nature, and that's why I love you.
I get that a lot. I do get that a lot. I can be a very serious person when it comes to fighting, but on my regular time, I'm a goofy-ass person, so I just like to chill and relax. and watch my TV.
I don't blame you. I mean,
and learn some more moves.
hey, I'm pretty much like that too. I can just sit back, relax, and unwind, watch some TV, get some drinks, get something in you. I totally understand. Chill, man.
Oh yeah.
I mean, here's the thing. First of all, I think you need it with your I'm on my world tour, I'm doing this. You're allowed. I think it's well deserved on your end.
Yeah, it is. A bitch needs a vacation sometime soon. I'm telling you, sometime soon. It will happen.
All right, I have an interesting question for you. Now, all right, so we talked about, like, the veterans, like Allie, like a Jesse, like Andrea, for example. Like, we saw them coach as well, and I think that actually helps a lot. And I'll add this first point to my two-part question here. But I'll say this to you. I think that also adds a lot because you're having vets here, and for the newcomers like yourself and for more, you get to learn and experience. So I think from behind the scenes and behind that aspect, the coaching aspect helped a lot with those girls filling in for Leon during his tenure for what he did, which we know what he did at LFC 26. So I mean, I think that also helped as well going into the future bouts with them as coaches.
Yeah, definitely. I also want to thank all the coaches that helped me. Andrea, you know, she did amazing with me on LFC 27. I don't think I gave her enough credit for what she's done, but she did amazing, an amazing coach. If anything ever happens with Sean or anything like that, you know, then I hope I get her back as a coach or maybe hopefully somebody else. But everybody that's been training me has been training me rough, has been training me hard. And that's why I've been able to get my win. So I can't thank them that much. You know, they're the ones that are helping me win this. So big up, coaches. Let's do this again.
And I gotta say this now. First and foremost, how does it feel for you? Because you're that next generation, that next crop of LFC talent that's gonna lead the way into the future. So for you, I gotta say that's got to be very rewarding. And there's gonna be a lot of girls that are influenced to get it because of your Bella Inks, your Allies, your Jessies, your Laurens, your Andreas, your Monicas, and the list goes on and on. So that must feel rewarding for you to be a part of that new generation going forward.
Yes, it's very rewarding, and I hope that I can maybe sometime in the future maybe turn a coach as well and help some new girls out and bring them into LFC as well. That'd be amazing.
Well, I have to say this to you. Speaking of amazing, that is what represents you, and that represents all the LFC ladies. So once more, sincerity and respect to you, Miss Bella Inc. But
Thank you, Mike.
You are very welcome, of course. Now, I have to say this to you as well. When we were talking about some downtime, you did do some things in your downtime. It was yourself. It was Holly the Lotus May. It was Silver Star. It was Tomiko the Temptress Tajima. Y'all got to see Adam Hunter. Talk about going to that show.
Yeah, it was actually really fun. I didn't know what we were in store for. I was waiting to actually see if he was gonna just bring us in to talk shit about us, but he actually didn't. It was an awesome show. We tried to do filming for it, but unfortunately when we got inside of the comedy club, they really didn't want us recording with the light and stuff because it was just too much complication. So unfortunately they didn't get too much of us inside of that club. I know he recorded Adam and then got a little snippet of us in the beginning, which is up on YouTube. But it was amazing. I mean, I'm thankful that Adam Hunter brought us out, and I hope there's other people that will definitely be like, oh, let's bring these girls to our show. I mean, I would like to come out for support.
Well, first and foremost, I did watch the video on LFC's YouTube, which I will put the link in the description for everybody to check out this lovely human being and 3 other lovely human beings that are Holly the Lotus May, Silver Star, and Tomiko the Temptress Tajima. You laughing their heads off at some Adam Hunter talking about some lingerie fighting championship. I was cracking up just watching. I wasn't even there, but it was funny. The dude's a very talented comedian.
Yes, yeah. It was my first time ever seeing him and going to his show, and he was actually pretty awesome. He was really, really nice, too. He got pictures with us afterwards. He came and talked to us before and after. It was really cool. He was really nice. I would definitely go to his show again.
Big ups to Adam, and I'll give him a shout out. Big ups to Adam just for, like I said, just making everybody laugh and making these...
Big ups to Adam Hunter.
Yes, and making these lovely LFC ladies laugh. I know I saw Holly laughing a lot. Tomiko, y'all were just having fun, and that's what it's about, having fun, right?
Yeah, it was a great time, especially after my win. So I was just chilling, drinking, so it was fun.
Well, I got to say this to you. You're going to do a lot more winning just because I think overall, and I'm not to quote Charlie Sheen winning, but you are also like winning in life just because, you're on these tours, you're doing your work, you're doing LFC. You are just like, I got to say, your star is just going to continue to shine. You're just going to continue to succeed and strive. So once again, big ups to you, Ms. Bella, because I'm digging what you're doing.
Thank you so much. I try to please everybody that I can. And I'm just going to keep on pushing forward. Like I said, I just got my passport in the mail, so I am going to Spain in September for wrestling, and I'm hoping to travel to other countries, and maybe you'll see a lot more of Bella fighting everywhere else.
Okay, see, that's a beautiful thing because you just segued once again because, like you mentioned, Spain, like with LFC, like what's great is we have this, I believe it's MMA TV in the UK, so if you guys want to check out some streams, you can check out MMA TV. I'll put the link in there so you can see some of the events in the UK. There's a lot. I want to see an event in the UK. I mean, they've done Slovakia not too long ago, but I'd love to see some more UK events, get some more international events. Hell, Spain would be a great market just to see how Spain would,
my God.
right? Just see how they would react to some LFC. So I think you and a lot of the girls and myself, we want to see some more international markets.
Oh, it'd be amazing. I would definitely travel if we were going to. I know that September they were talking about having another show in Louisiana, but before I left for my tour, I talked to Sean, and he said that they weren't going to have it in Louisiana. So I think they're going to have it back in Las Vegas. So unfortunately, I won't be able to make September fights. I thought it was going to be in Louisiana, which I can make, which I can't now. So hopefully October, I believe they have one more fight. Hopefully I'll be on that debut.
All right. Well, I want to see more of you. And also, I just had to add to this because since you said it beautifully, besides MMA TV, I don't know if you guys saw on the LFC Twitter, Wrestling Tees UK. Got some Bella Inc. on there. We got some T-shirts from Wrestling Tees UK.
Yes. Yeah. Please buy my T-shirts. Support. That's all it's about. We all got to support one another.
See, I think that's even more rewarding with LFC because I'll be honest with you, being the geek in me and being a pop culture nerd, having stickers and posters of your favorite music bands and all these magazines, hell, I take it back to Columbia House Records, man. But I think just the fact that we had an LFC calendar, that was like, wow, finally this is happening. But to see like these Teesprings and these T-shirts with your face on all the girls, I think that's just even another step in the right direction.
Yeah. I know that they were talking about adding and doing other merchandise as well. So I'm waiting and hoping that comes pretty quick here soon. And I hope that they maybe shoot for another calendar because I wasn't with LFC for that calendar that they have out. So unfortunately, I'm not in that. But maybe next year they'll make another one and I can be in it.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I think whatever shoot, if that does occur, which I want it to so badly, I think whatever shoot that they have you, whatever month, I think it'll be great because if the first one was any indication, like we had the former champ Roxy Roundhouse Michaels on the cover, right? Every month depicted everyone's, character, like whether it be like a teacher, whether it be in the tub, Valentine's, like Holly Lotus May, she was in the bathtub for her shoot. Danielle Cowbell St. Pierre was on, Valentine's Day, the chocolates, the flowers, etc., etc. The 3-in-1 month with Andrea, Jesse, and Allie. I mean, I like to see some Bella Inc. on, in the summertime, just looking good, doing whatever shoot that you do. I think that would encompass and capture you in a great light.
Hell yeah. Let's do this calendar. Let's just make up a Bella Inc. calendar, Mike. Let's just do that.
Hey, man.
I'll be all flavors of all months.
Hey, friggin', all right, that's just 24/7 of Bella, man. I mean,
yeah.
I'm cool with that. Well, you had the Bella.
I know you are.
Well, I'll say this right now to you. Of course. Like, first and foremost, I'll be honest with you, people. I say this all the time. Besides these podcasts, I talk to a lot of these lovely ladies, and I've talked to this lovely human being on the other line here, and I know what you're about, and I dig your style. So, again, I can't, man. I'll put Ciao Bella in front of that. Like, make an Italian shoot on an evening in Roma. There you go. Ciao some Dean Martin. Boom. So, but I digress, Ms. Bella Inc. I also have to say this to you. First and foremost, a couple final things. And as always, you're more than welcome to come back on the show anytime. It's always a blast having you on.
Thank you so much. I will definitely get on the show more often. Sorry, I've just been super busy with life.
Well, I know you. Hey, man, you're still doing your Planet Hollywood stuff, too. Dancing as only as you can dance and doing what you do as only as you can look.
I'm a jack of all trades. I try to do what I can. You know, we only live one life, and I'm not getting any younger, so might as well get it all in while I can.
Well, first and foremost, I put that over last time. You do great at what you do at Planet Hollywood. I mean, you're dancing, you're traveling, and first and foremost, I like that because I got to say this to you. From the dance side of things, I think it adds a lot and it shows a lot, and just it shows that your character, and you can show you just in another light, your talents. So, yeah, and if it accentuates you, like you said, YOLO, you only live once. Just do what you do and you be happy.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
So, like I
That's
said,
a motto for everybody.
of course, well, it is. It's true, though, just because, I mean, it may sound corny, it may sound cheesy, but it's very true, and it's very adamant. I think you're a prime example of that, doing what you do and doing what you love. And like I said, I quoted Nature Boy Ric Flair there, looking as only as you can look. So I felt it was apropos. Miss Bellink.
Okay. Got it.
I had no shade on your game. I'm not throwing shade. I'm throwing some love. So.
Oh, you better not. Are you trying to throw shade, Mike?
Why would I
bring you in the ring?
Hey, man.
We got to test this out.
Hey, man. If I'm on a future show, I'm not getting I'm not getting no physicality. I'll just give you a hug and a kiss. That's all I'm about. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
That's what I like to hear.
Thank you. I'm a lover, not a fighter.
That's what I like to hear.
I'll stick behind the mic.
Okay, good, Mike.
I'll stick behind the mic. That's what I'll do. So let me call.
Good boy.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Okay. So the other thing I did want to also mention this to you. Like, we had some great venues as well. We had the Nerd Bar. We had the Neapolis. We had Seamless. The Rooftop, man. How about that Rooftop?
Oh, the Rooftop was awesome. It was cool because coming from the Nerd and then going to the Neonopolis, doing an outside event, that was amazing. So then doing it on top of a rooftop, especially when 4th of July was going on, it was amazing. It was a nice night. The breeze was just right. You know, we got to fight and then got to see fireworks. It was amazing. I never would imagine that I would be fighting on top of a rooftop, but I can mark that off my bucket list now.
Like I said, it gives a whole new perspective to the. I don't know if you're familiar with this.
Yeah.
Well, it gives a perspective to. I don't know if you're familiar with this rock band, the Lost Prophets, standing on the rooftop, everybody scream your heart out. It gives a little meaning to that song, and you also get the nice view of the Las Vegas Strip. So I mean, you guys had a nice view on top of that, and I think with Neapolis, you guys had Good Charlotte after there doing a free concert. You had the Nerd Bar. So like I said, a lot of hot venues these last couple events.
Yeah, I really did enjoy them, especially in Neonopolis. I really like Neonopolis. We had a real big turnout at Neonopolis just because it sits right on Fremont Street, and people are walking past, and people are like, oh, what is this? And then they want to come in, and, you know, it's free admission at the Neonopolis outside, so we had such a big outcome. And then, you know, people can stand up on top of where we're fighting, and they can look down and watch us and everything like that. So, unfortunately, I don't know if we're going to be doing any more fights at Neonopolis. I hope we do because that place is amazing, but I know that we might be back on the rooftop again at Seamless. So wherever it's going to go, I'll be there to fight.
Well, I can't wait for your next fight. Allie Baby Doll Parks, I'm recommending it, please. I want to see you and Agatha again. I just want to see you, Bella, because like I said, I wish you nothing but continued success, happiness, and love and respect on that front. So you just keep doing you, Bellink.
Thank you, Mike. Thanks. You too.
All right. Now, I'm going to say this, by the way, just to add on to your physicality point from that, me being a lover, not a fighter. Y'all got to understand this. All right. I love my parents. I love my grandparents. My biggest influences are my mother and my grandmother, God rest her soul, right? All right, so my mother is 4'11", but my mother has got a lot of spunk to that. I don't even want to test my own mother on that, man. Mama didn't raise no fools. We don't need no physicality, Bella. Let's just shake hands, hug, just give you a little kiss, just something. Let's just meet and just have fun. Ain't no shame in your game, man. I just had to add that just because Mama didn't raise no fools. I just had to put that out there, Bella.
Okay, well, that's amazing. Then there ain't going to be no fighting. Just sweet kissing.
Well, I mean, first and foremost, in this world that we are living in, and in the times that we are, don't we need a little bit more positivity and love in this world?
Yeah, we do.
Do I have to quote the Beatles? Do I have to quote the Beatles? All you need is love.
If you want to, go ahead.
I think that fits. I think that fits in what we're talking about here. So yes.
Yeah. Yep. But, you know, the good thing about, like, fighting and stuff like that, if you have so much aggression and everything like that, like, you can just go take it out. Like, go train, go, you know, go hit the mat, go spar with somebody, you know, let it all out. I mean, that's why I got into wrestling, well, the boxing originally, because coming from Chicago and being in street fights and stuff like that, and growing up around like gangs and stuff like that, it's really taught me to be very tough-skinned. And with that being said, when I started getting into boxing and wrestling and stuff like that, any anger or stuff that I had, I was able to trigger that towards that fighting or something like that, so it would make me more powerful than what I actually am. So, you know, I mean, if people have negativity, I just say go fucking hit the fucking mat. Go do it. Go do it, because you're going to let out all your aggression, and then after that, you're more of a positive person. I feel like after my fight, I'm happy as fuck. So,
well, you should be.
I don't know. That's just my. Even if I lose, I'm still happy, because it's, you know, like, it's cool. We're women. We're fighters. We're doing MMA. You get what I'm saying?
I know what you're saying.
Women never did that in the beginning. It was first men. Men were only doing that. So for us women to go up and start doing this, like, it's amazing. It's amazing that we're able to do this and that we're continuing to do this, you know. Women power, you know. Hopefully all the women take over the world. We'll see what happens.
No, just the last part. I hope all the women take over the world. I like that. I see. You know what it is too. I'll be honest with you. Look at wrestling too, and look at the girl matches and the wrestling matches that we've seen. Man, you ladies are outworking the guys. Whether it be MMA too, the girls are outworking the guys. That's why I love it. That's why I love LFC. It gives you that whole flavor of, like I mentioned, there's a little thing called beauty, strength, and dominance. I think that excels, and it really does. And that's why I always use those three terms, because beauty, strength, and dominance exude and accentuate not just the LFC fighters, but women as a whole, because women are a work of art, and y'all are applying that art in your craft in each and every bout that you do.
Yep, we got to use our mind, body, and soul with this shit.
Yes. See, first and foremost,
exactly.
That's why I like it. That's why I like it, because like I said, it all ties in and all correlates. And you, like I said, the first time I had you on this show, just your excitement, your intensity, and just seeing you apply your craft again, I have to reiterate, it's a joy to watch it, and I am so happy for you.
Thank you, and I hope that I'm able to give way more better fights than what I've been giving. Like, I know I can do more, but trust me, I'm going to do some more training, and I'm going to be flipping these girls around just like Tomiko. So just watch me. Just watch. Just wait. You'll see.
And you're kind of almost in a way like kind of like your own like harsh critic. Like, it was good, but I want to make it better. You know what I'm saying? You're not just set on staying in one lane. Like, put the fucking gear and drive and just go. I see you.
Oh yeah, no, I'm harsh on myself. I just, it's the way I grew up. My dad taught me, so I'm just I'm very critical of myself. So if I feel like I didn't do good enough, then I know I didn't do good enough, and then I just need to push myself to do even more.
So I'm gonna speak as Mike, the podcast host, and Mike, your friend. You're doing your dad proud. You're doing your dad proud. So I think that's what we leave it on, man, because like I said, you're doing everyone proud, you're kicking butt, you're taking names, and you are just, like I said, I can't be more ecstatic, I can't be more happy, I can't be more thrilled, not just for you, but all the girls, because we have a great crop of girls with Lingerie Fighting Championship, and just the sky is the limit. I know there's a lot more prospects wanting to come in. I just did a written interview with Mia Miao out of China from the Phuket top team. There's a fighter from China that wants to join LFC, Cindy Dandois from Invicta. Awesome. So there's so many possibilities and prospects out there, and I just want to see all of them just shine and everyone shine with this. So again, Bella, I can't. Like I said, you're leaving me speechless here because you're just doing the damn thing. And like, again, just wanted to say much love.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you so much. I appreciate you having me on the show.
My pleasure. So we're going to close this out first and foremost, I'm going to step back because ladies first, as I say, it's not just a Queen Latifah song. That may sound cheesy, but that's a damn good song. And also it applies because ladies first. Chivalry's not dead, people. Promote the Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, wherever people can find it on the social medias. Promote LFC, your upcoming events, you're on tour, you're a hot commodity. You know this. I don't need to tell you, but you're going to let everybody know anyway. The floor is yours, Miss Bellang.
Okay, well, here we go. So, if you guys want to check out where I am traveling next, and if you're interested in doing a session or maybe booking me for some wrestling or a live event, You can always check out my session girls. I am underneath Bella Inc. on there. Also, you can find me on Instagram. My Instagram handle is at Jessica LY2333. On Facebook, I am Jessie Lynn. That's JESSI space LYNNE. And on Twitter, you can find me on Bella Inc. Clips, and that's BELLAINKS Clips, CLIPS. I think. Oh, and I have Snapchat too. So if you guys ever want to catch me behind the scenes, I do a lot on Snapchat. So please follow me, and that is at Bella Inc. Model, and that is all together one word. And I think that's it. Make sure you get my T-shirts. The link is on my Instagram. If you need the link again, I'll show that to you guys. And I think that's all my social media I have right now.
I think you.
I think that's it.
I think you killed it. I think you killed it. And number two, if you're not checking out her sessions, her clips, you should, because I'm going to say this and put it bluntly in blunt terms here, Miss Bella Inc. You're a fucking beast.
Thank you. Thank you.
Like, for real.
Thank you. I try. I do hear that from a lot of people. I do hear that from a lot of people.
And first and foremost, as, again, a podcast host and a friend, I am very proud to see girls like Bella and girls like Tomiko and girls like even Sybil Starr and Gemma, Jersey Babe Juliana, who made her debut. Gemma, a newcomer. Mm-hmm. Gemma doing her thing. So there's a lot of people.
Nice long hair.
Yes. And there's a lot of people that are doing the damn thing in LFC, and I couldn't be any more proud as a podcast host and as someone who's a fan. So, again, I just got to say thank you, and just also, first and foremost, all right, besides being an effing beast, you're traveling, you're a hot commodity. Check out our session work, and besides all those names that you mentioned with your Facebook, your Twitter, and Instagram, you know what one word signifies you, Miss Bella Inc.?
There's a lot. You let me know which one is it.
Wonderful. You're wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Mike. You're wonderful.
Thank you.
And you're sweet.
Thanks. That's how you got to be. Because, first and foremost, people, enjoy LFC. Enjoy this show. I'm going to close it out just by saying, and actually I'm going to let you close this out with me. First and foremost, I'll let you go first. Do you have any final words for the LFC faithful, the LFC fans that have just been supporting you and been supporting you since day one, Miss Bella Inc.? Do you have any final words for the fans?
Yes. To all my fans that support me, I just want to tell everyone, thank you guys so much. It means a lot. If it wasn't for the support of you guys, I probably wouldn't be on LFC, or I probably wouldn't still be on LFC. So please, please, it's all about support. Please watch our shows. Please get a VIP membership on lingeриefc.com. Buy my T-shirts. Buy whatever else I'm going to be promoting for LFC. And then at my next fight, please show up, support a girl. I want to hear my name yelled out at every fight like I've been hearing. So keep it up, you guys. I really appreciate it, and thank you guys for being a fan.
Okay, last thing I'm going to add. Your outfits for each and every one of these fights have just been absolutely amazing. I had to say that.
Thank you. Thank you. I put a lot of thought into what I'm going to wear at my shows. I like to change it up all the time. So, I like to look sexy for everybody. I mean, that's what it's about, right?
Exactly. You all are going to see those because I'm going to make a nice collage for Bella, and you get to see some of the great and sexy and awesome outfits that you got to wear over these last 4 events. Just killing it.
Yes. I'm looking forward to seeing that. Oh, that'd be amazing.
The girl is beautiful. She's strength, and she's dominance. She is Bella Inc. So, Bella Inc., I got to say this once more. Thank you so much for your time, and as always, it's a blast. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, Michael. You have a good night.
All right. For Bella Inc., my name is Mike Larkin. This will conclude another edition. Talk to you next time.